So you're trying to load some data into R and it's yelling at you. It's telling you that the data doesn't exist, but you know it's on your computer. You know you have the file name right. You know you're using the right function. What's the matter? Most likely your paths are set wrong. The working directory is set wrong. Let's give you a little reminder about how to deal with that. So for that, we're going to use a loading data function, but this concept of setting the paths is beyond just loading data. So I created a folder called R paths reminder. Call it whatever you want. And inside of there, I created a little directory called data. And I created, hey, look at that, great name, fake data. Okay. So what's inside of there? Go ahead and create it for yourself, whatever you want. Letters and numbers, A, B, C, one, two, three. It's a Michael Jackson data file. Okay. It's totally fake. So I saved that. Now I want to load that into R. You got to stop for a second. So it's in the local memory of Excel. If you try to open up R and pull that data file in, they're going to fight. You shouldn't have it open actively while you're calling it into R. So let's close it down. Okay, now let's go over here. And you could go to File, Import Data Set, and you could pull it in that way. I don't want to do that. I want to work on your skills towards automation. So we're going to create a new file. And let's call it something really exciting. Let's call this loading fake data. All right. And let's use the read dot CSV function. There's CSV, CSV2. Don't worry about that. And I know what this is called. We called it fake data. Fake data dot CSV. All right, so I should be good to go. Boom. Aguilar failed. Oh, wait, I know. It should be in quotes because it's text, right? Yes. First try. Nope, that doesn't work either. What's going on? All right, so let's take a look. Um, well, yeah, our pads remind. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's in the data directory. So I should do this. That's a ticket. Third times, still a strikeout. Okay, so what's going on is that the computer's not looking in the right spot. How do I know where the computer is or should be looking? So what you do for that, GETWD, get working directory. So my computer by default is looking at C users MDA3 OneDrive documents. But take a look at where this data file resides. It's on my desktop in RPads reminder under data, totally different path. Now, if you want to see that path inside of your R terminal, go over here. Three dots. Desktop. Our paths reminder. Boom. So I see right here, right? See if you can see my cursor, loading fake data. That's it. And inside of there, that's the fake data, that's CSV that I'm trying to load. Okay, so how do I redirect? Well, one thing that I could do is I could set the working directory, but then I have to find the right path. So what I could do is I could go over here and I can, find the right path structure and then copy that down into here and then do that. But oh, wait a second, look at that. When you copy from the Windows Explorer, the slashes are one way, and then the way that R reads it, the slashes are the other way, pain in the blank, right? So that I mean, it's possible. All we got to do then is physically like go through and change each of these, and that's just not fun. So I'm gonna get rid of this, and I'm gonna do it in a slightly different way. I'm gonna go over here, and I'm gonna go by the gearbox, click the little arrow, hit that down, and set as working directory. And it's gonna set as working directory wherever my screen is showing at the moment, which is boom, like that. C, users, MDA3 desktop RPads reminder. So this should work, right? I just did some fancy set directory. Angular told me to do it. Nope. Why is that? Oh, wait, it's inside of the directory. Okay, so come on. Yes, finally, ABC123. We got the data loaded in. The trick was that the computer was looking at one place where our data resided another, so we had to set the working directory. That's one approach. There's a second approach, which might be a little bit more elegant. You may not have used these before, and that's called an R project. So what we're going to do is go over here and let's create a new folder called R projects reminder. And let's go grab that data directory and put it in there so we can mimic the same structure. We're still trying to load, come on, this bad boy into R. Okay, so let's close that down and let's close all this down, all right? Let's just shut it down, shut it down. Okay, so nice and fresh. You're starting up the day every day. You open up R and let's clean out any junk that's there. And let's see what's our working directory. Okay, it's right back to this users MD83 OneDrive documents. And let's even close this one. Okay, so now what I want to do is go to the R projects reminder, and I didn't set my working directory. That's just like where I'm peeking right now, just so I can see. And I want to load in that data file, but I want to have all the paths set appropriately, and I want to avoid doing it manually. What I could do is create a new project, not a new file, a new project. Nah, let's not save it. Let's live daringly. I could create a new directory or an existing directory um, for this project. Now, what is the project? Think of it as like a little binder clip that holds all the metadata for that project. So we're going to, I already have this R projects reminder made, so I'm going to just use an existing directory. You don't have to. Where do I put it? Right in there. R projects reminder. Create project. No, I'll update you after the video. Okay, so look, I got this R proj. That's a little metadata. That's a little binder clip. That's the stuff that holds everything together. Now, I want to just go ahead and repeat our steps. New file, R script, save, R projects reminder, loading fake data two. Just so you know, it's a different one. Okay, so then let's load, pardon me, not load, read.csv, data, fake data.csv. Boom, first try. First try. Okay. So why did that work? Well, because we had the project file, which was anchoring all of our work to this as the root, this as the working directory. Um, Let me show you a common problem that people confront. Let's just go ahead and clear everything out. And let's close this project. So I'm opening. I know, I know. Stop yelling at me. I'll get that later. Okay. So I go over here and I'm opening up my project reminder, load fake data two, and I should be able to boom, load it in. Wait, I went through this whole thing of creating this whole fancy R project. Why isn't it working? Read data, fake data, it should work. Did you notice the steps that I just took? I opened up R and I didn't open up the R project. That's the thing. Okay, so there's a couple of ways that you could do that in practice. One is when you're going into your Windows environment, R project reminder, you could literally just double click on that R project reminder. It's got like that R shield, and that'll invoke everything for you. If you already have R open, what you do is go over here, projects, open project. I have it actually in the local memory, R projects reminder. Nah, let's live dangerously. Don't need to save that. I know. Our projects reminder. Let's see if that. Hey, look at that. Okay, so rewind the tape. What was going on? I'm trying to load in a data file, but you know it's not working because the pads are not set. You could manually set WD. You could click the gear icon, or what you do is create a project, and that project's going to be the binder clip that holds everything together, and then everything is referenced relative to wherever that .rproj file is located. Hope that helps. Happy coding.